Hi developers. So in this part of Angular e-commerce project, we will learn that how we can apply auth guards for seller pages. But maybe you are not aware about the auth guards, so don't you worry. First of all, I will tell you what are the auth guards, how we can use them. Then I'll tell you that how we can make auth guards, how we can apply the auth guards on seller routes, and we also need to store our users data while we are just logging or signing up in a local storage. Why? I'll tell you whenever we are just covering that point. And at last I will tell you how we can use auth guards on page refresh also. There is small logic and we will learn that logic also. So first question is what is the auth guards and why we are using them. So auth guard is basically used for prevent the unauthorized access, like user is not logged in and he is trying to access some protected pages. For example, a user is not logged in on a Gmail and he is trying to access the Gmail. So what he will just see, if he is just trying to access the pages, then it will automatically redirected on the any another page, like for sign up or login page, right? Same thing we will do here. So if let's say you can see that if we are just logged in, then we can after the login and sign up, seller will go on the seller home page, like we can access this page, and here we will show the seller product list and profile details and all, right? So this page should not be visible to the user who is not signed in or logged in as a seller. All right, if seller is logged in or signed in, then he can just access this page, otherwise it should be redirected on the home page or any another page also, right? So now let's see how we can make it and how we can apply on the route so that we can protect it. So let me just open the new terminal once and let me add here ng g4 generate and guard and your guard name. So let's say I just want to make their auth and let me hit there. So there is a various type of protected routes, like can activate child, and also we will go with the basic one like can activate. And now you will find that in our if I just collapse them in a src folder app, inside the app there is a two files are created. First one is spec.ts, which is not required as of now, and second one is auth guard, right? So here you can see that in a auth guard, it will actually can active method is basically returning always true, right? That means it will allow us to access that page wherever we are just applying it. So let me just apply it once on route module. And how we can apply, just simply put there one more property, can active, and you can simply just make array so that you can apply there multiple routes also. And let me just put here auth guard, right? And this is automatically imported from the guard file also. And why there is some error? Okay, there should not be L at the last. I don't know why this is just typed there. All right, so now if you can see that we can access that seller page, that's okay. And if I'm just trying to make it false there, and after that, now let's try to access it. So if I'm just trying to access this seller home, it will automatically redirect it to the home page. Reason is we applied that auth route on our seller home route, right? Auth guard, we just apply this auth guard to the seller home route, and this is returning by default false. So we will just make some logic so that if it will check that if seller is signed in or logged in, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. All right, and for that what we need to do here, we have to just go step by step. So let me just open their seller page like there, right? So if again what I'm going to do, I am just making it true by default so that I can just perform some various steps, and I'm trying to just log in some sign up some user. Let's say Anil, password is abc123 and email is also same. And if I'm just clicking on there, you can see that user is directly redirecting on the seller homepage. That is fine, but we are not sure that user is logged in or not. First thing is that. Second thing is that after just you can say that signing up, there should be still a condition. Maybe APIs are failed or some other things are happened. Maybe a user is not signed up properly as API. So that's why we have to check this flow also. So what we need to do, we need to open their service file once, right? So let me open our seller service like that one, right? And second one, I am just opening that auth component.ts file. So we are just hitting on the sign up function and it will just calling that sign up API. That is as simple much. So now I am just removing this code from there. I don't need this code there, because in last video I just want to show you that how it could be done. But with AuthGuard, that logic can be just little bit changed and that will be much better, right? So what I will do in that case, so I am just subscribe this, you can say that data there, and in subscribe it will return some data in that result like this, right? And I'm not still directly returning anything there, and I will just check some conditions there. And now I will just check the result that data is stored or not properly and all, right? But one more thing that we have to do, if you just want to check the data properly in a result, then you have to apply a property which is observe and its value is response. It simply means we just want to observe our response and we just want to iterate it properly. And now you can just check their result there, right? So if we will check there, if result is true, if there is some value, then what we can do there, we can just make that auth route true. But how? Thing is that we need just RxJS help there. So I'm taking a property of this service class which is seller logged in, and its value will be new behavioral object, and we can just put the type of it, which is we can say that boolean, and by default value is, let's say, false, right? And now we will pass this property there, but first of all I just want to tell that how we can make it true. So if result is true, everything is fine, then we can say that this dot cell login dot next is true. Now it will be true, and now you can just simply access this property in our AuthGuard. So I'm just making a constructor there. In a constructor I'm taking a private property, and property name could be, let's say, seller service, right? And seller service can be instance of it, and now we can simply return like this dot seller service dot is logged in, it will return. So either it will be true or either it will be false, it will be returned there, right? So if the user is properly logged in, then it will return true, otherwise that will be by default false. All right, and after that it will just check that condition, it will not redirect to the user. So the next thing is we have to redirect the user also. So what we can do there, we can just copy this route and we can just put there only, right? And route can be again property of our seller service class. So let me just as a private router, and now what we can do there, this dot router dot navigate, and there in array we can say that sailor home, right? And so that will work fine. There is a no issue if we will check that. So let me just check, is it working fine or not? So let me just try to make one more user logged in. So let's say Elena, password is abc@123 or something, and elena@test.com. If I'm just signing it up, now you can see that this is going perfectly fine, right? But how we can redirect it if user is just refresh that page, and if a user is already logged in or sign up, this page should not be visible, right? Or if user is logged in then and is directly trying to access that sailor home, it should be accessible, right? Now you can see that this is not accessible. We have to fix all these cases also. So for that, what we need to do here, we have to just store the data in local storage. So I am putting here local storage dot set item. We can see that sailor and result, right? So now you will find that user is stored in a local storage. So but we can not directly store this JSON format, so we have to just convert it in the stringify format. So just stringify it, and now you will find that this is stored in local storage. So let's check this is working fine or not. Application, and sailor, and let's say username is Sam abc@123, and email is, let's say, abc@sam@test.com, right? And if I'm just clicking on over there, you can see that, let me just refresh it, the sailor details are there, right? But there are lots of details, so we don't want to store all of these details. We just want to store some details, like sailor dot body details, like, so you can see that there is, in a body we have only that details. So let me just try once again with any another. Let me add here Bhaskar, abc@123 is password, and Bhaskar's details are there. So let me just clean this local storage once, and if I'm just signing it up, or after that if I just refresh the page, you will find that, okay, so I just need to refresh that also. The details are there, but due to refresh this page, home page is still not accessible because we just refreshed that page. So we have to handle all of these conditions. So first thing, what I just want to see that if user is signed in or logged in, then he cannot access again this page till he is not logging out, right? So what we need to do here, we have to just protect that page, and what I am going to do for that, I'm just making another function which is reload sailor, or you can make any function, any name to that function. All right, and after that what I will do, I will just check there if local storage dot get item sailor. If we have something in sailor, then what we can do there, first thing is we can just make it true. Local storage is and get item, right? Sailor logged in is true, and it will just allow us as authenticator. After that we can navigate to that route, right? And where we will call this function, you just need to call this simply this function in app.authenticate function. So we don't need that thing also. Let me remove it, and in it simply put that condition, like this function, this dot sailor dot reload sailor, right? And now, as you know, as we have data in local storage, if user is trying to again access that sailor page, he should be redirected on the home page, right? We are home page, and if user is trying to again sign up page and data is stored in local storage, that it will be directed to the sailor home page. That is fantastic, that is fine, but there is still a problem. User cannot access directly the home page even after we have data in local storage, and for that we just need to perform a really simple trick, and just copy this condition from there, go to auth guard, and before return just use this condition, remove this extra code and simply put there return true, and that's all. Now if we have data in local storage and you will try to access that home page, you can see that you can just jump on that page as we have local data in local storage. So that's all. Next part we will just make some other functionalities like how we can create logout options, and we will check that after logout everything is working fine or not, these authenticator is auth guard is working fine or not, right? So thank you so much for watching this video, and please keep supporting me by subscribe this channel, like this video, and provide some feedback in comment box. Thank you guys.